What's up, fight fans, and welcome back to another edition of Round One Sports Talk. Well, the rumors are already starting to fly. Naoya Inoue versus Stephen Kubo Fulton, and they're saying the postponement and that the monster is scared now and that he's stalling for this ass whooping. One of my subscribers said that. Okay, well, let's dive right into it. Okay, and let's find out how we got where we're at right now with just pure facts. Okay, Naoya Inoue, the Japanese fighter, fought Paul Butler and he unified the last remaining belt he needed to become undisputed champion of the 118-pound division, which was the WBO. Remember that because that belt's going to come into play later on in the video. So he unifies all four belts. A month after he won all four belts, he announced that he wanted to move up to 122 pounds, which will be his fourth weight division. Okay? Now, by being the WBO champion at 118 pounds, in the WBO rules, it states he can challenge and move up in weight the existing champion and the above weight, right? Which makes that Stephen Kubo Fulton. He became Stephen Kubo Fulton's mandatory. He couldn't become MJ's mandatory for none of his two belts. So he wasn't going to vacate his four belts for that a champion could evade him. Right? He needed to become one of their mandatories. And Stephen Kubo Fulton had the WBO. And he also has the WBC. So what he did was he signed the paperwork to become his mandatory and they forced the fight upon Stephen Kubo Fulton. In fact, Stephen Kubo Fulton's trainer is on YouTube. Go watch it. Stating he didn't want the fight. He didn't want to fight against the monster. And Stephen Kubo Fulton told them, we're going to have to go to Japan to fight him. He had him on his radar a while ago, even though his coach never wanted this fight. Okay? So, the reason why we got this fight is because Naoya Inoue vacates all his belts, moves up, becomes the mandatory, and challenges Stephen Kubo Fulton for his WBO strap. Okay? And before he could sign the paperwork, Stephen Kubo Fulton answered the door. He said, I accept your challenge. Everybody's like, yo, no. I got this. I'll go to Japan and I'll fight you. Right? Okay. So, you mean to tell me that a man that has an 86% knockout ratio is a 3-division world champion? His last 19 fights have been for all world title fights consecutively. All 19 of his last fights have been world title. And 9 out of the last 10 of his opponents, he's knocked out. You mean to tell me that guy's scared? Of who? This is what he does for a living. He petitioned for the fight. The reason why we get in this fight is because of the Japanese guy. So you mean to tell me that guy is stalling on the ass whooping or he really got injured? What they're going to try to say is just leading up to this injury, Inoue is on social media saying, man, random tests twice a week, blood work. So they take in his blood twice a week, right? And they're going to be like, try to use that and be like, oh, bro, every athlete complains about fucking random drug testing when they wake you up at 5 in the morning, when they're in your house at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and they're waking up your kids and everything, and you're pissed. And not remind you, I've just been training all day, rigorously. And I got to sit down and put my arm out, and you were just here 2 days ago. Bro, I'd be like, man, but, you say it like, but is he doing the drug testing? Yes. Is he clean? Yes. So what are you saying? He can't complain? He's not human? He can, yo, bro, fucking drug testing. So what? It didn't say he was dirty in any of the tests, but yet they're going to use that as a narrative and try to sell it to you to put it in your mind that it could be a possibility. It ain't no possibility. He didn't get here because of drugs. He's here because of skill. Bro, all the things they're going to try to say about him, don't worry. Keep that same energy. Because the monster, listen, they try to say that Tim Bradley was speaking up against the monster and that he needed to work some things. Also heard same Tim Bradley say, everybody in the 118 and the 122 pound better check your straps because the monster's coming. I also heard him say that. He warned everybody in 118 and 122, y'all better check your straps because this man's coming. He was already telling you the storm was coming, right? Okay. And the difference between Naoya Inoue and some of these fighters that have been on the protective list, and I do agree that this list that they're talking about, it does exist. And I've seen some fighters move, through their career and not fight the best of the best and duck some of the top guys in their divisions. Case in point, you can say a lot about Canelo Alvarez, okay? But what you can't say is he's not the highest paid. What you can't say is he doesn't have all the belts. And what you can't say, he's not going to go down as a surefire Hall of Famer. That's what you can't say. Now, some of his decisions and some of his fights are questionable. But at that state in the career, at that height in the game, with so much at stake, bro, listen, it's very easy for you to say, oh, fight this guy, fight. Listen, whatever you do. But what you can't say about the man is that he's not successful, okay? Now, whether he fought the best or not, that's up for debate. I agree. I feel like they be protecting that man. Lomachenko, there's a lot of them. Anthony Joshua. But listen, hey, eventually they're going to have to meet their maker and they're going to have to fight that guy. And they're not going to be able to duck for long. And as we can see what's happening, that all the fights that have been scheduled this year, anything can happen. Okay? And this fight, once again, I'm going to reiterate, is not canceled. It is postponed. The man is not looking for a way out. Listen, like I explained to you, you mean to tell me that guy with that kind of resume is the guy that's ducking? He's knocked out basically everybody he's ever fought against. He's lost maybe a handful of rounds in one fight. Okay? He's wiped everyone down. And you mean to tell me that guy's the guy that's scared? Come on, people. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed into these storylines and just because somebody says something, just be like, oh yeah, he must be scared. No. Look at the facts that are laid out. Look at that man's body of work. That man don't fear no one. This is what he does for a living. And he's a 3-division world champion. Moving up in weight, continuously pushing himself and daring to be great. This will be his 4th weight division. Everybody said the same thing as he was coming up. Look at this little guy. This boy band looking, right? They said the same thing about him. What happened? Every last one of them got rocked. And the only person that gave him a good fight, that we can't even say that anymore, got obliterated in the rematch. Okay? He saw in the first fight, he might have respected him a little too much. In the rematch, he showed the world his dominant side. So all that criticism that you're giving him about the Nonito Donaire first fight, he erased all that with the second, but yet they still bringing up the first fight. Like he exposed something. If he exposed so much, what happened in the second fight? Expose that. You didn't expose nothing. You just made the man get better. That's it. And instead of recognizing what he did in the Donaire 2, they still bring up the Donaire 1 like that's the blueprint of beating this man. Yeah, he had the blueprint. How'd that blueprint work out for him in the second fight? Oh shit, that game plan was flawless, baby. You got knocked the fuck out. Come on, man. Listen, this kid is not on no protective list. Don't buy into that. He's been playing the game the whole time. Yeah, they want to market him. Yeah, they want to make money off him. Yeah, he's marketable out there. And yeah, he wants to become a global superstar here in the U.S. Yes, he deserves it. He's playing the game. But he's also taking and cleaning out everyone they put in front of him. You know what I'm saying? He's like in a sense saying, oh, you want to use me? Well, I'm going to use you to get where I want to be. Just give me them belts. Keep feeding me them champions. Bro, this will be his 20th title fight. Or is it his 21st? No, I think this will be his 20th consecutive title fight. And this title fight will be for 2 more belts. Okay? I'm telling you, his trophy room must look ridiculous. It has to look ridiculous. It has to. I can just imagine what it looks like, man. But anyway, look, that's all I have for you. You're going to hear a lot. You're going to hear excuses on that. Naoya, Inoue does not want to take this fight. But come on, people. Let's just all remember how we got here, why we are here, and who initiated this fight. If he didn't want this fight, he didn't have to vacate his belts and move up. No one had a gun to his head. This was a career decision based on him. He's like, look, I'm vacating these. He already had 4 belts. Like, he could have just defended them, right? And made the weight. He didn't want to do that. He said, I want your shit. Just like every other man that said they was coming to take mine, he took theirs. And he's on one, right? You're about to find out. As soon as whatever injury this is heals, fams, I'm telling you guys, when we get this fight, I just can't wait to see this fight. But for right now, I'm glad what we're getting. We need that Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. We're gonna need that Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight in between time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's there. And then we're also gonna get Devin Haney and Lomachenko in between all that too as well. And I believe Shakur Stevenson will be in there and Anthony Joshua will be in between that too as well. You know, I got to check my dates on some, so I didn't want to say any dates. So, you know, we're going to be entertained. We're going to have some pretty big fights, you know, while we wait for the fight we want to see. And as soon as we get that, you know, and I get more information on what it is, you know, I just hope it's not like no ACL tear. You know what I'm saying? Like a broken rib, you know, that can heal. You know what I'm saying? A cut eye. You know, did he hit his hands because he's been known to have hand injury problems? Is it a hand thing? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure I would want it to be a hand thing. You know, did he collide with somebody in the gym and get a headbutt, get a gash? Or are we just waiting for it to heal? Or did that same eye, that Donaire fracture, is starting to give him problems? Man, what if he can't see that good? You know, that's scary, you know. I mean, it could be so many things. He could have sprained his ankle. For God's sake, he could have twisted his ankle, running up a stair or coming down some stairmaster or some shit. There's a lot of things that can happen. He could have snapped just one finger back, snap. You know, so depending on what the injury is, I'll know more or less how long it's gonna be. I've dealt with a lot of injuries. I've seen a lot of bad injuries in gyms. I've seen like a lot of healing processes in gyms and how long. But I gotta know what it is though, and then I can more or less give you a time frame. But until I know what it is, I there's no way I can judge it. So look, that's what I got for you. I'm sure you guys are gonna hear a lot, but make no mistake, he ain't ducking no one. This fight will be on. This ain't no, I'm not gonna shit on no other boxers, but he's coming. He's coming. All right. So please like, subscribe, share the videos. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be going live. The David Benavidez, Caleb Plant fight. Please tune in and let's talk boxing. On to the next. Peace.